bodhisattva's conduct. Therefore, give up harsh words which are unpleasant to others. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. Habitual disturbing emotions are hard to stop through counteractions. Armed with antidotes, the guards of mindfulness and mental alertness destroy disturbing emotions like attachment at once, as soon as they arise. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. In brief, whatever you are doing, ask yourself, what's the state of my mind? With constant mindfulness and mental alertness, accomplish others' good. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. To remove the suffering of limitless beings, understanding the purity of the three spheres, dedicate the virtue for making such effort to enlightenment. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. For all who want to train on the bodhisattva path, I have written the 37 practices of bodhisattvas, following what has been said by the excellent ones on the meaning of the sutras, tantras, and treatises. Though not poetically pleasing to scholars, owing to my poor intelligence and lack of learning, I've relied on the sutras and the words of the excellent, so I think these bodhisattva practices are without error. However, as the great deeds of bodhisattvas are hard to fathom for one of my poor intelligence, I beg the excellent to forgive all faults, such as contradictions and non sequiturs. To the virtue from this may all living beings gain the ultimate, conventional, altruistic intention, and thereby become like the protector Chenrezig, who dwells in neither extreme, not in the world, nor in peace. Good morning, Khenpo.
Okay. What is today? Last Sunday, do you remember? What did we talk about?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? What? That's right. You got it. That's perfect. Huh? Good memory. You memorize. Huh? What? This is not health, paper knowledge. It is called the paper knowledge.
Paper knowledge.
So we need the brain knowledge or mind knowledge. So whatever you did, good job. Okay, today we have done 4 of them. I think so, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today, I think so. Perfect wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect wisdom. Anyone has perfect wisdom or not? Huh? No, I ask you. So we cannot say any other people. We don't know really this. You can say, but
Right.
not correct.
Right.
That's for sure.
I was wrong. Sorry for making a mistake.
Not this is it doesn't mean making mistake, but this is not only you.
Right.
You think only you? If I say you do the perfect wisdom wrong, everybody, because ordinary people. If you're not ordinary people or person, you're not wrong. You have perfect wisdom. I would say that's the reason. Okay,
I'm just a speck of dust.
or whatever you think. Actually, perfect wisdom, according to Buddhism, only Buddha has. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So one other name is we call the omniscience.
Omniscience.
Two different types omniscience.
Two types of omniscience, yes.
Buddha has. Nobody has.
Mm.
So these two perfect wisdom is called the how to say omniscience. We always say Buddha is omniscient,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Buddha has omniscience. That means Buddha has special wisdom. The real in Sanskrit word called the jhana.
Jnana.
So this is unfortunately not yet English word really perfect. But Sherab in the Tibet called the Sherab, the Sanskrit called the Panja.
Mhm.
Panja, all the time in English you say wisdom,
Mhm.
right?
Right. And Khenpo, that's such an important point because it shows sort of the paucity, the weakness of English language. We don't have these tradition and these teachings. And so we use the word wisdom all over the place. I mean, I give the example of love. I love this
Right.
book. I love my wife. I love my cat. I love coffee. Those are all different things, but
Yeah,
we use that same word.
right. Recently years, I noticed I just pay attention where is jhana in the English word. So all the Buddha's omniscient translation in English always wisdom. And lamas, rinpoches, and Khenpos are talking wisdom. I'm just thinking a long times, what has happened? So I didn't see any English really the correct word,
Yeah.
jhana.
Yeah.
The real omniscient and omniscience, whatever, the in Sanskrit word is jhana, and Tibet called the yishi.
Yishi.
Okay, so that only Buddha's special or attributes. You understand what?
Yeah.
Very special.
Yeah.
Even the Bodhisattvas, they don't have omniscient. Because why? You need to know why. Because all the Bodhisattvas, before the end of 10th Burmese, they don't completely yet avoid the cognitive obscurations. That's the reason, right? And the Buddha has done both of them. The how to say emotional obscurations,
Right.
and cognitive
Cognitive
obscurations.
obscurations of knowing.
So Buddha removed both of them. Therefore, Buddha got omniscience. That makes sense, right? So here things, if someone today here want to become Buddha, that's to make easy. What we need to do thing is only one. Try to remove our obscurations. Two obscurations, right? Negative obscurations or emotional obscurations. These are only three things: ignorance, anger, and attachment. Everybody knows these three things. Everybody has daily life, right? We have lots of experience. These three things makes us always unhappy, exhausted, right? Tired, huh? No tired, huh? Even we really get hungry or starving because of these three things, right?
Yeah.
You know that, right? Huh?
That's the one that's mind-boggling, Kempo.
Well,
Well, we live in a materialistic age. And so these things are like absolute truth. And the idea that hunger doesn't exist in an absolute way, but only in a relative way. It shows you the transcendent kind of nature of Buddha's mind, of our own mind. but we're not
Right.
recognizing that.
So therefore now modern time, so people stuck with the external things.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have time to think what is, what is going on. Right? So therefore Buddha importantly, significantly, emphasizedly said, you need to know suffering. Many people don't know where this is suffering. If they're having suffering, but they still don't know this is suffering.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Right? You want to give me one examples? Many people love the fancy restaurant, right? They think from restaurants I get really enjoying and happiness today. If you go there, you eat, keep eat like 2-3 hours, you get super suffering, right? But people think this is suffering. I'm not going to restaurant again. Nobody say like this, huh? Right?
Right.
So therefore, this is just a simple example. You think different ways all the time, right? If we stay long times inside home, we want to go to outside. If you go outside 2-3 hours, you need to go to inside because anywhere is not available any happiness. That means everywhere is a suffering. If you take nap 2-3 hours later, you get more exhaust. And then over tonight is you can get good sleep. So therefore, we need to, that's why Buddha said, you first the teaching, he said, you need to know suffering.
Mhm.
And then if you completely understand what is suffering, and then second thing, and then Buddha said, you need to know where is the suffering come from.
Mm.
Nobody give you suffering.
Mm.
That's the main reason.
Mm.
Right? So therefore, this is omniscient real meanings, something like that. But if we go, that topic it takes time, just leave it today, right?
Yeah. But Khenpo, I'd say too for people, once you know that jhana that he was talking about, yeshe, J-N-A in English, it'll pop up in all your texts. If you look in the mantras, it pops up. There it is in Tara's mantra. It pops up here in Prajna. There it is. I mean, it's just all over the place. So you see how the Buddhists are getting it from all these different angles. Is very helpful. So just look for G-N-A, J-N-A.
Right, Jaina.
Yeah.
No,
No.
different moksha. Moksha is Sanskrit word deliberate.
Mm.
Jaina, one name of the omniscient.
Mm.
There's so many synonyms, right?
Yeah.
One person, 2-3 names, right? It's similar.
Yeah.
And the Buddha consciousness, if without respect I can use Buddha's consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
But consciousness only ordinary people,
Mm-hmm.
right? Consciousness means without the thoughts, consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Without the thoughts is called the consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
The non-thoughts is called the jhana.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm.
We have thoughts, right?
Yeah.
You have thoughts?
Yes.
Huh? Sometimes you don't have thoughts. When? Wow, did you get dream?
No
You
dream.
have no dream
Oh.
entire your life? What?
Taking sleeping pill.
So that is your deep dream.
Mm.
If there's no dreams, that is also dream.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because no, listen.
Mm.
So you notice you have no dream, right? You
Mhm.
understand, right?
Mhm.
That is your big dreams.
Uh-huh.
No, you have sometimes dream or not. So therefore, that's good enough. So no need to every day, every night. So that means you have thoughts. right? You have thoughts, definitely. But in the dream, still the mind consciousness going on, right? But now we're talking about the thoughts means just ordinary people. We're talking. If you day and night, it doesn't matter, dream and night, doesn't matter. If you have thoughts, that's good enough, right? If you have thoughts, you have thoughts. It doesn't matter. Morning somebody, if you did meditating and they think maybe no thoughts, right? It doesn't mean. If you no thoughts means you have not any negative emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really feel this is good, this is bad.
Mm-hmm.
If you have dualistic grasping, you have thoughts. If you eat, oh, this is test and this is not test, if you feel like that, definitely for sure you have thoughts. You understand? I think so. This is thoughts.
I know, and it's so slippery because you can be meditated and you think, oh, I'm not having any thoughts, but that's a thought. So,
So that's why here 37 practice says the concentration verses before the Western verse. Observation.
Mm.
You need to the four formless the observation we need to abandon. If you stay there, meditate long times,
Mhm.
and then you're feeling only one point, only one feel. They are not good, bad feel, not, but only for enjoying feeling.
Mhm.
You understand?
Mhm.
In the Manklaya in Tibet, there are some meditator probably 5,000 or 4,000 years stay there remain in the inside the mountain Kalayas. There's some sutta say like this. Right? So therefore, next coming, the Buddha already free from two extremes.
Mm.
You understand, Pala?
Yeah, Khenpo is referring to our prayer on page 11. May all mother sentient beings equal to space have happiness, causes of happiness. May they have compassion. May they have spontaneous joy. May they have complete impartiality. Those are called the four immeasurables. And it's believed that Buddha attained to that state before his enlightenment. And this is like as high as you can go in the dualistic world. And they refer to what are called the stations, the viharas of Brahma, which are stations of Brahma, the formless realm. So we're living in the realm of desire. And then above this, there's a realm of subtle form. And above that, the formless form. So what he's saying is that you can rest in that very, very elevated state. And like they're saying in Tibet, there was one guy that said he was inside a mountain for 5,000 years. I mean, it's just timeless. It's seemingly timeless, but not quite.
Right. This is for ordinary meditators.
Yeah.
But Arhati,
Mm-hmm.
Arhati already transcendent. I mean, free from samsara already. That meditator already achieved in the nirvana states.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but still they remains on the one single point meditations. Okay, and then they just remain there clinging to joyful feel.
Mm-hmm.
They never remember everything, completely forget. And then they years, only one single meditate. They remains there.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, Buddha free from two extremes. So one of the samsara, one of the nirvana.
Mm-hmm. Beyond all
So
that.
the real Bodhisattvas not satisfied just for for temporary nirvanas. Temporary nirvana, if we really completely eradicate the three portions, or other word we can use the emotional obscurations, we will achieve. We get the temporary nirvanas,
Mm.
but stay not done yet.
Mm.
Because what we need to do, we need to eradicate the cognitive obscurations
Mm-hmm.
for drawing up the 10 bhumis,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Bhumis are levels of realization. So the classical teaching,
Bhumin is the level of the mental
ground,
states.
yeah, 10 of them going higher and higher.
Okay, now we not really go much detail, but now in short explaining, okay? Okay, anyway, Buddha has two perfect wisdoms,
Mm.
and their both name is called the omniscient.
Mm.
Okay, it's clear, right? So
Mhm.
then we need to know which are Buddha has, like omniscient, right?
Mm.
Two omniscience, right? One is called the, in brief, I tell you, if you have in a paper, you just note down and just memorize that. This is really helpful. You know, the wisdom of knowing absolute truth, wisdom of knowing all natural things,
Mm.
nature
Mm-hmm.
of all,
Mm-hmm.
nature of all.
Nature of all.
Say that last line. The nature of all.
Yes, and the number one. And number second, the second omniscient is wisdom all knowing, wisdom of knowing all things.
Mm.
Now clear?
Mm-hmm.
One is wisdom of all, and one other thing is wisdom knowing all things. All things and of all
All.
is
Right.
letter.
Right.
One is nature, one is things.
Right.
So that means the two truths. One wisdom knowing the absolute truth. And one other wisdom knows the all the phenomena. The phenomena actually, English is this is sometimes very profound, but people use now, I mean, the translations and the texts they're now using phenomena is only for relative truth.
Mm-hmm.
But if we think that phenomena really means, I think so maybe both of samsara and nirvana can be
Mm-hmm.
comprehension
Mm-hmm.
for anything. Okay, so one omniscience knows all the relative truth situation. Okay, and the second omniscient or wisdom knows all the nature of reality. That is called the absolute truth.
Mm.
Now clear, what?
Yes.
Right? Clear, right? So do we have both of them or not?
Mm-hmm.
The question is here. We clearly knows both of samsara situation and nirvanic state. Somebody knows or not? Huh?
We don't.
For ordinary people, the nirvana state is just inconceivable.
Mm-hmm.
Inconceivable
Mm-hmm.
and beyond the conception.
Mm-hmm.
Concept. These are called the nirvana for us. If we transcendent, if we get the seeing of the path and first bhumi, so the nirvana is not inconceivable.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Right,
Yeah,
Pada?
it's good. It's good, Khenpo. I mean, it's mind blowing, but it's good.
Yeah, this is we need to know really. So, for example, Washington D.C. right now, not in person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody see right now. You see Washington D.C. now? Huh? You can see now directly,
No.
right? If you get there, you can see or not,
Yes, then you can.
right? Now it's between so many obscurations, obscured, right?
Obscured.
Obscured.
Yeah.
That's why we cannot see there, right? If we get there, we can see White House and the Congress House, everything clearly, right? Similar, now nirvana for ordinary people, according to ordinary people, not really abandoned yet the negative emotions.
Mhm.
We don't see nirvana, right? But bodhisattvas see the nirvana, but not completely, perfectly, and clearly. These three words using.
Mm.
Like first Bhumi, the person, he already got in nirvana. That's for sure.
Mhm.
But not done everything.
Mhm.
Only first Bhumi. How many Bhumis you need to go?
Mm.
Second, third, fourth, fifth, 10,
Mhm.
right? So that means that until 10th Bhumi, you need to improve your mental state, the meditation state. You understand, Para?
Mhm.
So therefore, nirvana, if we not really enough, just get nirvana and until Buddhahood. And the Buddhahood is called the ultimate nirvana,
Mm. Mm.
right?
Mm.
An absolute nirvana, whatever you want, the same meaning.
Mhm.
Okay. So here things, now you clearly understand Buddha, very, very special being, special person. Actually, if we debate, and there's so many debate Buddha's person or Buddha's people or not, a God or not, so many things. Just leave it that, right? Complicated.
Yeah.
But very special because Buddha has omniscience. That's why it's special. He knows everything. So that's why here in the Buddha material, right, Pala?
Buddha Maitreya. Future Buddha.
Maitreya said the Buddha's teaching are completely correct.
Mm.
And the Bodhisattvas teaching are mostly correct.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the ordinary teachers are teachings are incorrect.
Right.
That's literally he said like that
Yeah.
in the Panjaparamita texts.
Yeah.
Recently I told, right?
Yeah.
So that means when Buddha teach the people, Buddha knows audience, listeners, the mental state level,
Mm-hmm.
what teach that guy need,
Mm-hmm.
and which teach is more you need. So Buddha knows everything, your comprehension of the Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, whatever Buddha teach goes your mind. Exactly. The Buddha say one word in your mind, killing.
Mm-hmm.
But we, whatever teach, lamas and keyboard, 2, 4, 3 hours, after that you already forget. Because the ordinary people don't know your mental comprehensions of the Buddhism.
Yeah.
So therefore, the material Buddha said, ordinary teachers' teaching are incorrect.
But Khenpo too. This
So
is
don't get misunderstand. Okay, Pala, one
well,
minute.
yeah.
The teaching or dharma is not called the incorrect. But whatever teaching is correct, but audience or disciples or students and teachers, they don't know each other. Which one you need? For example, if someone here today, if you're thinking about you need the Mahamudra and Dzogchen, I'm just teaching here, just regular teach, and you're thinking Dzogchen. Therefore, this teaching not really helpful for you, right? And the similar, and we have the ordinary people, ordinary teachers. They don't have high perception. They don't have omniscient. So Bodhisattvas also mostly incorrect. See, this is big science. So okay,
Right.
just leave it.
But that's wisdom too, Khenpo. I mean, because when you have the understanding, or even just the idea, that what's being taught is incorrect, it's so helpful because you immediately have some humility yourself. So immediately there's some renunciation. Instead of us trying to fill in, make the world conform to our ideas of how it should be, instead we're realizing, oh, the heart is open. Not doubt in a skeptical way that I'm not going to believe anything anyone tells me, but open as to the possibility. And so that's so helpful because there's so much in this world where people just rigidly attach to some word and then they kill people because of it. And so instead, you're already being taught sort of the emptiness of things, of that, oh, the teacher's saying wrong. Why? Because the Buddha's understanding is beyond concept. So it's all wisdom, even in this kind of seemingly conventional sense. It's actually absolutely true.
Right.
So you're incorrect by your teaching?
What?
You attach to those teachings, you've made a mistake already. You're going in the right direction, but
What do you see?
You said your teaching is incorrect.
no, he didn't say
If
that.
you don't understand it, that's incorrect. That's right. I will say. Yeah, really. What is I'm saying? That's for sure. That Buddha meant. Huh? You understand? Also nowadays, so many times I've told already here, White Lotus, so many there mountebanks.
Mountebanks.
Yeah, you need to know that.
Kempo, that's a great English word. Most of us
Really?
don't understand. He lives in his dictionary, all right? Mountebank is a charlatan or a fraud.
So the two different types of mountebank. One is mental doctors, and one was the how to say physical doctors. So you need to know that be smart.
Uh-huh. Right.
Right, Father?
And that's right. That's right. But you're using a $20 English word.
That's SAT.
Yeah, right. Right.
Before I used this word in California,
Uh-huh.
and then two people came to after teaching. What does mean? That mountebank? And then I told you logged Oxford University dictionary. And then thank you. And then next day he laughing. I got it. Thank you.
It's more British. Yeah. Changes to hear an Oxford accent when someone says Mountebank. I can't do accents. Fraud. That's the American style. You're a phony. You're fake. Mountebank.
Okay, now understand, right? Most important two truth, relative truth and absolute truth. This important. So because why we saying here, all the suffering, complicated, painful, unhappy, worry, everything come from unknowing and careless and too much negative emotions. That's for sure. That's all come from we don't know exactly, perfectly, precisely. That's why people keep making mistake and doing wrong things. So if we completely understand everything, we won't get much suffering. That's for sure. So you, for example, in the dark night without any power, and in the daytime, which one you do during good things and correct things? You think if you the night without any power and torch, huh?
Flashlight.
What is called American?
Flashlight.
Flashlight.
Yeah.
And the daytime you need go to around. Which one is perfect? If you need go to market in the dark without power, really difficult, right? Because you cannot see. But you have stay eye, but no use. Similar, if we don't know every situation, and then we keep making mistake. For example, nobody really interested to get anger, right? That's for sure, right? Somebody planning, oh, today I need to get anger. Really, anger makes me happy. Somebody think that way or not? But I don't know. Difficult to say, but I would say nobody think that way, right? So we know anger makes us suffering, but still we get anger. Then why? Everybody, anyone answer that? Why? What? Pain for what? No, I mean, morning you really completely peaceful mind, right? Relax. But suddenly or randomly, some circumstances come and then you get anger, right? So then after anger, you're happy or not? But you know before get anger, the anger makes unhappy, right? Suffering. But still we keep anger. Why? Well, for what? Attachment?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we think if I get anger, anger can get back some happy result. So that's why we just lots of ignorance. When we relax, we know anger makes unhappy. But when you get anger, we don't know anything. Nobody think, oh, anger makes anger. I need to anger state. Nobody think that way. They completely forget that time. That means lack of wisdom. You understand? Because we daily life not pay much attention about the anger, the disadvantage of the anger. If you think, make the familiar with the disadvantage of the anger, and then your anger going to reduce. Today, for example, today you get like daily somebody get anger twice or 3 times with the co-workers, with the family members, with the just people, right? And then if you really pay more attention and meditate on that, and then maybe months later, you only once, only twice, something like that. And then keep going like that. And then like 1 week, only one anger. And then keep going like years. And then 1 month, only one anger, something like that. You believe or not? Huh? but try. So before try and not believe, this is not how to say, who knows this correct or not, but try. Many people, I mean, so uncountable masters and practitioners, they helps.
Mm.
Also, if we keep going meditate, completely eradicate the many transcendent peoples. Done.
Mm.
That's for sure. Right?
Mm.
Okay, now we stop here. 7 hours already over, sorry. La. 7 minutes or 7 hours. See, that is called ignorance. Huh?
What works? Concept.